So what is stop and frisk? The practice by which a police officer initiates a stop of an individual on the street, allegedly on reasonable suspicion of a criminal activity. Black and Hispanic men have the same question: why am I being stopped? Since most officers refuse to reply, the National Review answered their common question.
Constitutionality of stop and frisk is being questioned. And I like that it's being questioned because obviously 90% of the stop and frisks are done on minorities, blacks and Latinos. So there are a number of people that are testifying in this case, and one person who's testifying is Senator Eric Adams. And he basically claims that back in 2010, Police Commissioner Ray Kelly claimed that they were doing stop and frisks on minorities on purpose. Okay, so let me tell you what his exact testimony was. He says NYPD Commissioner Kelly stated that he targeted and focused on that group because he wanted to instill fear in them that every time that they left their homes, they could be stopped by police.
According to the Wall Street Journal, former Commissioner Ray Kelly stated that African Americans represent 53% of those being stopped by the NYPD, so they are really being understopped in relation to the percentage of people being described as the perpetrators of violent crime. In an interview with Radio Rookies, Ray Kelly stated that the best thing for a person to do is to cooperate, accept it as a fact of urban life. It is overall helping to keep New York City safe. Romali Graham was 18 years old when he was shot in his own home by the NYPD in February 2012. He was a friend of many of my high school friends, and he lived a few blocks away from my high school, Cardinal Spellman. As he was leaving a Bronx bodega, he was followed by members of the narcotics unit of the 47th Precinct. Footage showed that Romali walked into his house, and gun-drawn officers followed him, kicked down his door, and swarmed inside. Without a warrant, officers swarmed in through the front and through the back of his home. Officers at the bodega suspected that he was armed. According to Officer Richard Hayes, he yelled, "Show me your hands," before Romali reached for his belt. Shouting, "Gun, gun," Hayes then shot Romali in the chest, killing him. No weapon was found, only a small bag of marijuana, which investigators hypothesized Romali had been attempting to flush down the toilet. This is all according to TheNation.com. Rest in peace, Romali Graham.
About 20, 25 times.
20 to 25 times, that's a lot. There's this young boy from Brooklyn, his name is Taekwon Brian. He was stopped 60 times before he was 18. 60 times, so 20, 25, 60 times, I can't imagine that. Did they give you a reason why you were being stopped?
In some cases, no, not really.
What age did this start? Like, how early when it started?
Once I turned 14, it was a small, once in the blue moon. Then, as I got older, it became like an everyday thing.
Wow. And what was the experience like? Like, how was the police officer's mannerism, like, during those searches?
Earlier when I was a kid, they were more, talkative, not more physical. But as I grew older, my appearances started changing, and I started to fit in as an adult, young male. They just started, getting more physical and roughhousing me and stuff like that.
Were the police officers were they rude and aggressive? Because according to the National Review, they said there's no evidence that the NYPD has been anything but professional and good intentions while doing these stops.
That's false. That's a false statement right there.
So they were very rude and aggressive. Like, what were some of the things they would say? Would they say like racial slurs or anything like that?
Nah. They kind of dog. I don't want to say it, but they treated me like a dog. Like they just do me. Sometimes they just push me against the gate, and I don't know, violated all my rights.
Wow, that's crazy.
Say it again.
Do you think stop and frisk saves lives at all?
Hell no. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
So, according to the National Review, they said most searches are placed upon blacks and Hispanics because most New Yorkers are black and Hispanic. Do you think that's true?
No. Most of the people living in poverty are black and Hispanic. They don't do it to white people.
Right. New York is. I highly disagree because New York is a very diverse place. You have people from all nations and all countries, so I don't see how that's true. Okay. Do you have any advice for any young black and Hispanic men that never been stopped before?
Be about your business. Keep your heads up and stay out of trouble. You don't have to deal with stuff like that. Or if it may just happen until random. Just keep calm.
Come on. Yeah. For the world. What? Come on. Peace.